The American people have been privy to the most provocative and damaging facts, starting with the Benghazi tragedy and Hillary Clinton's treason, which resulted in the slaughter of Americans at the Benghazi embassy. She lied to even the parents of these men. Lying to the American people was par for the course with Clinton, but to purposely lie to the parents of men who died at Benghazi was a new low for Clinton. We followed her from Benghazi, to a presidential run in 2016, to an email scandal in which she leaked classified information one after the other. She seemingly has gotten away with it, as FBI Director James Comey cleared her of wrongdoing in the email investigation. Comey has something new to say about why he did the things he did during that time. He said he was basically caught between a rock and a hard place, as he trusted no one. Frankly, I do not understand how Comey can be anything but guilty of not doing his job in the Clinton email investigation. However, this news just came out in the New York Times. Comey distrusted former AG Loretta Lynch, as he believed she and other top Justice Department officials have political motives to hinder the investigation into Clinton's email scandal. Comey decided to go it alone, and he knew that Lynch and Obama would give Clinton political cover. This is so crazy to me, as Comey seemed to do the same for Clinton. Lynch instructed Comey to no longer use the word investigation when talking about the FBI Clinton. Instead, she said to use the word matter. An FBI agent told Comey, "I guess you are the Federal Bureau of Matters now." The DOJ did not allow the word criminal to be used in Clinton's investigation. Comey's suspicions deepened when the FBI intercepted a document that proved Lynch's allegiance to Clinton. Quote from the New York Times: "During Russia's hacking campaign against the United States, intelligence agencies could peer, at times, into Russian networks and see what had been taken." Early last year, FBI agents received a batch of hacked documents, and one caught their attention. The document, which has been described as both a memo and an email, was written by a Democratic operative who expressed confidence that Ms. Lynch would keep the Clinton investigation from going too far, according to several former officials familiar with the document. If Ms. Lynch announced that the case was closed, and Russia leaked the document, Mr. Comey believed it would raise doubts about the independence of the investigation. "Okay, I read this article over and over again, and I have no idea how this gets Comey off the hook. It just proves to me he was a part of the whole cover-up for Clinton. He may be trying to clear himself by telling the American people he was coerced by AG Attorney Loretta Lynch to lay off of Clinton. That is true, but Comey allowed Lynch to taint his investigation in a matter of national security, as Clinton leaked classified information. In one case, we had an agent killed due to that information." Next, we are going to talk about how President Trump now views the Clinton investigation and Director Comey. President Trump is a complex thinker, and he analyzes the news of the day, and starts fresh every morning. "I like that approach to life, as we learn something new each day, and we need to grow as we learn," Trump said, when Jim Comey came out. He saved Hillary Clinton. He saved her life, referring to Comey's declaration that he would not be charging Clinton with a crime. "When he was reading those charges, she was guilty of every charge, and then he said she was essentially okay," Trump continued. So President Trump knows Comey lied to save Hillary Clinton, but he says he still has confidence in him. Next, we have interesting news from Roger Stone, who has been beside Trump for a very long time. He is a politician and an author. He claims, and this is quite something, that Huma Abedin gathered secret information on the laptop she used with her husband, Anthony Weiner. She collected anything she could to damage the Clintons. On November 6, just 2 days before the presidential election, FBI Director James Comey announced that an examination of the laptop had turned up no new evidence against Clinton, who had been under investigation for her use of a personal email server. Stone begs to differ with that, as he says his sources within the new police department say the laptop contains files compiled by Abedin herself that include photographs of former President Bill Clinton in compromising sexual situations. Stone wants the public to know that if any harm comes to him, his friends at the NYPD are prepared to release the files on a dead man's trigger. He knows Comey said that the FBI had found no new evidence on the laptop, But his sources say, "My sources in the NYPD tell me that they are not only not benign, they include corruption, self-dealing, treason, and sexual exploitation of minors." "We are talking about the Clintons," he continued. "My source at the NYPD told me that the NYPD had been pressured by the Justice Department over the Eric Garner case not to contradict the FBI director on the Monday before the election. Garner died as a result of a police chokehold in 2014. And they didn't. But I still think that those emails will ultimately see the light of day." Supposedly there are photos. My source speculated that the whole purpose of this was Huma's protection file, her blackmail file if they ever tried to screw her. She had everything here that she needed to protect herself. It was insurance. There were compromising photos of the former president, Bill Clinton, in sexual situations. There is a documentary being made about Roger Stone, so we should learn much more in a very short time. For the upcoming documentary, directors Daniel D. Morrow, Morgan Pierre Mandillan Bank and executive producer Blair Foster followed the self-described agent provocateur for nearly 5 years, culminating with Trump's unexpected win over Clinton. Stone, who had no editorial control, hasn't seen the film yet. "I'm sure there will be things in the documentary I like, and I'm sure there will be things in the documentary I don't like," he told THR. "I have 2 tickets. I'll bring a libel lawyer with me for the other ticket." Stone is joking about that possibility. "I actually wouldn't sue," he quickly added. In the film, Stone is dubbed by journalist Jeffrey Toobin a malevolent Forrest Gump. But Stone has certainly heard worse. And, he concluded, "all publicity is good publicity. The question is, do they spell your name right?" The investigation into Huma Abedin and Anthony Weiner has expanded into an investigation into the entire Abedin family. This is good news, as they are Islamic jihadists who have been working undercover alongside Hillary Clinton for a very long time. Now they are being investigated. Huma is writing a tell-all book about her relationship with Hillary Clinton and her time on the presidential campaign trail. She is seeking $2 million for post-campaign book, and she is meeting with literary agents at this time. Now, on to the federal investigation of the Abedin family. U.S. Justice Department has been actively prosecuting 2 other Abedin family members, for conspiracy, wire fraud and securities fraud, and she, along with the State Department, where she previously worked for Clinton, are mentioned in the federal case. Court records show other documents reveal the same allegedly crooked kin solicited Abedin for help at state in a deal that netted more than $1.2 million in federal grants. Abedin's relatives were major donors to the Clinton Foundation, and Abedin drew a salary from the Clinton Foundation, while at the same time working for the government. Records show that her first cousin, Omar Amanat, is under federal indictment for cheating investors in Kit Digital Incorporated of millions of dollars between 2009 and 2012, forcing the tech startup to go bankrupt in 2013. He has been placed under house arrest as he awaits trial, which is scheduled for October 2. Another Abedin cousin, Irfan Amanat, is under indictment in the same case. He was arrested in December after returning to the U.S. from the United Arab Emirates. Prosecutors say Omar Amanat illegally diverted millions of dollars from investments in Kit Digital for his personal use, including luxury properties in Manhattan. He never disclosed these misappropriations to investors, who were misled about the value of the company by false balance sheets. He has pleaded not guilty. A very shocking aspect of all of this with Abedin's family is Kit Digital appears in State Department emails sent to Abedin from Amanat and a business partner. In June 2009, not long after starting Kit Digital and just months after his cousin was named Deputy Chief of Staff to Secretary of State Clinton, Amanat helped his business partner solicit Abedin for state favors on behalf of Solia Incorporated, which was in partnership with Kit Digital. Summit Entertainment, a film company Amanat held a controlling stake in at the time, also stood to benefit. In May 2010, Clinton helped Solia get access to UN funding by making the U.S. a participant in a UN high-tech media initiative called the Alliance of Civilizations. Then in October 2010, the State Department directly awarded Solia $1.25 million for a media technology project. Huma helped Omar make KIT appear more valuable because of its association with the Alliance of Civilizations, which was approved by Hillary and funded in part by U.S. grants, said an attorney familiar with the case. This helped Omar raise money for KIT, which he and his brother misappropriated for other purposes. Approximately $6 million has vanished. Amanet took KIT Digital public in August 2009. At the time, Amanet, known as a serial swindler, was in personal bankruptcy and being sued by other investors. Despite his reputation, he still managed to gain special access to the government thanks to his ties to his well-positioned cousin and the Clinton Foundation. Records show that Amanet and several other family members and related charities have together donated as much as $1.2 million to the Clinton Foundation and Clinton Global Initiative, as well as the Clinton Health Access Initiative. Amanet, who personally contributed as much as $25,000 to the Clinton Foundation, was appointed to the Council on Foreign Relations during the time that Hillary Clinton was serving as Secretary of State. While the FBI has closed its espionage investigation into Clinton's unsecured private email server, its public corruption investigation into the Clinton Foundation remains open. It's not clear if this still active probe overlaps with the Amanet fraud investigation. However, investigators reportedly continue to look into alleged pay-for-play schemes involving the Clinton State Department and the Clinton Foundation and its wealthy donors, as well as entities that paid the Clintons millions of dollars in speaking fees. Judicial Watch and other government watchdog groups have charged that the Clinton Foundation was a pay-for-play operation that rewarded its benefactors with State Department favors. Meanwhile, Abedin's estranged husband, former Democratic U.S. Rep. Anthony Weiner, remains under federal investigation for child pornography. The laptop Weiner used to communicate with an underage girl was seized by the FBI and helped derail Clinton's presidential bid when FBI Director James Comey announced in October that some of her emails to Abedin had been found on it. The emails were stored on a Yahoo account. Interestingly, federal investigators say Omar Amanet tried to scrub emails from his own Yahoo account so they couldn't obtain them as evidence. In 2008, Omar Amanet emailed Irfan Amanet and requested his help to delete all of my emails from the Yahoo site but download them onto my laptop. A December court filing says Omar Amanet expressed concern about the SUBP, ening Yahoo at some point. Amanet's attorney, Eric Kreisman, did not respond to requests for comment. Attempts to reach Abedin were unsuccessful. Former Clinton campaign press secretary Nick Merrill did not reply to questions. Though never reported in the media until now, the Abedin and Amanet families are not only related but very close, maintaining roots in New Jersey going back decades. In fact, Omar Amanet's parents, Sharif and Hamida Amanet, once hosted Huma Abedin's parents, Syed and Celia Abedin, at their New Jersey home when Huma's ailing father had to move back temporarily from Saudi Arabia to undergo a kidney transplant. The Amanats helped the couple continue publishing their Saudi-based journal promoting Sharia law from the U.S. In fact, Omar's mother, Hamida Amanet, has contributed articles to the journal. Dr. Sharif Amanet and his precious wife Hamida created an environment so congenial and supportive that without it would have been impossible to function effectively, a recovering Syed Abedin wrote in a 1991 issue of his Institute of Muslim Minority Affairs journal. I have no words to thank them. Omar and Huma, who are related through their mothers, who are sisters, have also maintained a long and close-knit relationship. Property and financial records show that in 1999, when Huma was in Washington working as a White House aide to then First Lady Clinton, Omar used her D.C. condo as one of the addresses for another of his startups, Tradescape Corporation. After Omar Amanet sold Tradescape to E-Trade in 2002 for $100 million in stock, he started the Amanet Family Support Trust, which names cousins as well as immediate family members as beneficiaries, meaning Huma Abedin would stand to benefit from his family trust. In conclusion, at this time we have Attorney General Jeff Sessions in office, and the federal case against the Abedin family will go forward on his watch. I am thankful for that, as we know he is one of the only honest lawmakers we have in the Justice Department. It will be interesting to watch Abedin, Clinton, and May more squirm as this investigation goes forward. I hope and pray the time will be short before the news starts to trickle out about this. I will try to keep up with it and report what I find. What are your thoughts on this? Please share them with the world. Investment Watch blog helped contribute to this report. It's News Exposed signing off.